Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for the month of October. Can you believe it? This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If you like the content that I share, please click the like and subscribe button down below. And Libra, let's get right into your energy for the month. So you got your card, which I always love to see that. You got the Justice card right away, and it does feel like some balancing of the scales, whether this is an actual legal matter or a situation involving karmic justice. I could see that going either way, or both, involved in the same scenario. But I wanted to clarify this further, and I clarified it and got the Hanged Man. Now, you could have significant Pisces placements in your Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could also be dealing with a Pisces. But what this feels like to me is a shift in your perspective. So if there's a situation that you're involved in, some type of legal matter, it's likely that wherever you were at the beginning of this journey, in terms of this situation, you might be looking at this from an entirely new perspective. And this new perspective might feel really fresh and new, like something you did not see coming, something that you did not think you'd want even. That could be one way that that's playing out. Another could be something that you were waiting on to happen, play out a certain way. Not in a legal matter, but in something involving like karmic justice or some situation in your life that you thought was going to play out a certain way, and now your feelings towards that are completely different. However that shows up for you. In this deck, this Hangman has like this joyous energy to me. This is almost like a dancer on stage, even though, it is propelled, but there's something about it that's more just like free and light. And maybe there's some perspective on some situation that has you actually feeling a little bit lighter than you once did. Because Libra, in your environment, you got the Nine of Swords, Divine Wisdom, which is a added card in this deck, Three of Swords, and the Universe, which is equivalent to the world. These all came out for your environmental energy, so I took them all. Now, this is every other card switches between dark and dismal and the universe has a plan. And so with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords and the Divine Wisdom in between, this to me feels like there's this thorn that needs to get extracted. Now this could be in your past energy, and you could be feeling as though in your environment you are reaching the end of a cycle, the completion of a time of grieving. This is likely the loss of something. It feels like relationships, and you have Chiron sitting right across from you in your 7th house in Aries. And so really old wounds could be coming up to the surface, and they could be catapulted up to the surface through your existing relationships. You might have something in your immediate environment that draws you back to this feeling from when you were a child, and maybe you thought that wound was healed and it's coming up to show you that it's not. But what I love is you've got that energy of divine wisdom and the universe coming up here to let you know that this is all part of a plan, that this is feeling to me like some lifting up of the grief, right? Some lifting of that heavy energy for you. And so you're being supported at this time. That's showing up there really loudly. And just reiterating that relationship energy, in the middle of the reading, you have the Lovers coming up. So this is signifying an overarching energy of the reading and also a focal point for you, Libra, at this time. This feels very fitting. And you also have a Mercury retrograde, Mercury ruler of Gemini here, a Mercury retrograde happening in your sign, actually. So a lot from the past could be coming up to show you where these wounds still exist inside of you and finally have you pulling out those swords so that you can heal yourself. And the Lovers, there's so much energy that can surround this. There's so many messages with this card, but I feel compelled to point out that this is a union of self. In some instances, this is getting clear with ourselves, feeling strong in both our action and our drive, and also in our receptive energy. And feeling good on our own 2 feet is the highest, best form of this card. All right. you got in your past energy the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Now this Queen of Wands is you, and it does signify a need to be strong on your throne, in your energy, feeling passionate, vibrant, maybe tapping into your creative energy at this time. But to me, the other cards with it feel like a past energy, that there was some opportunity that was made. It was something significant in a tangible form. And it could have been, since we're talking about relationships and a lot of this, cohabitation. With that Four of Wands there especially. And something that maybe in the past left you very easily feeling like this Queen of Wands, even though this signifies here now in the present, that stepping into that energy is going to free up and lift up all of that gunk that might be lying around, that emotional debris that might be left in your energy field. So that's like a piece of advice and an indication of the past. There's a swapping of energy in this middle row between the Three of Cups, something that was celebratory, that felt good, that had you feeling very alive, and the Lovers, feeling good and steady in your own energy and likely in a partnership with another person. And then Five of Cups, moving into something that now could have you obsessing over the loss. There's a lot of threes being highlighted here. You got the Three of Cups, then it went to the Three of Cups down, right? Looking at like the good old days is what that feels like. And then you also had the Three of Swords coming up in the environment. So there could be something around external energies in your partnership that came forward at this time, something that maybe you didn't want to see and like came to light. Or this could just be looking at how celebratory things used to be, and like this person's clearly lamenting over those cups, completely unaware that there's another Two of Cups back here. So this is a reading where there's a lot of little silver linings like woven into it to pay attention to for moving ahead. So Libra, in moving ahead, understanding that the universe has you and has your back, that this Queen of Wands energy is very important for you at this time. Whatever creative projects that you work on, however you allow yourself to express yourself out into the world, that's really important for you at this time. And then also that focus on the Two of Cups, on harmony with other people, with like-minded individuals. I sense that's probably not people from your past. And that's reiterated in your oracle message, which I'll read at the very end. But this bottom row we'll get to first. You got the Temperance energy, Page of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man closing out the reading. So the Temperance is also beautiful, beautiful advice. It's about being steady while we're feeling our emotions. So the one foot on the land, staying steady and grounded, the one foot in the water, being in tune with one's emotions, capable of feeling. And there's also a connection here to the divine with that archangel message there as well. But another message looking at your relationship, Temperance to the Page of Pentacles to the Hanged Man. This to me signifies a fall from grace. And this is your vantage point looking at a person from your past, likely a person that you were in a relationship with. This doesn't have to be romantic, by the way, but it, you know, of course it could be. And this is like the shrinking down of someone, but this is very clearly a message about someone whose your perspective of them has completely changed. You might have looked at them like they were on a pedestal, and then something that happened, especially if it was something involving a third party, shrunk them down in size, especially in regards to your heart and your feelings about them. And so that could also have you looking at them from a new perspective, bringing us back to that Hanged Man in your energy, right? Now for your oracle message, I love this because it feels different, but it's clearly a future message for you. Birds of a feather. And this could be the near future. It's as soon as, you know, you start taking steps and making it. But birds of a feather indicates finding your soul tribe. Finding people in new partnerships that are aligned with you, that get you, that you feel like you can be vulnerable with. You can open your heart with these people, and they're not going to use your vulnerability against you. You can be your most passionate, creative self, and they're not going to make you feel strange or left out for living in the fullness of you, right? They're going to embrace that and love that about you. So this is signifying a need to find your flock, to find your tribe. I love that. All right, Libra, be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, or Rising, in my other videos, and I hope you have a beautiful month.